Hey, it's Kevin Gilligan of PhotosByCag.com, and today I'm going to share with you my initial thoughts about the Fuji X-T4. I picked it up so that I could do portraits and video, and I wanted a smaller rig. I'm still going to keep my Canon and Tamron lenses. I love them, especially for sports and landscapes and other things, but sometimes I want a smaller rig. Initially, I picked up two lenses. I got the 56 1.2 and a 16 millimeter f 1.4. I got these because I wanted to get something wide for video, and also because I wanted to get some really shallow primes, and I really like this. The 1.2 on the 56 is a pretty acclaimed lens, and the price is great. I got it actually used at mpb.com for about $700. You know, if you look at the Canon 85, which this is about equivalent to on a full frame 1.2, that runs you almost $2,000. This runs about $900. So when you get it new, so that's really quite a good deal, and it's quite beautiful. And the other thing is the size is incredible. I'm able to take the Fuji and a small Manfrotto tripod and put it in my backpack together, and it's really tiny, which is nice. I'm used to carrying a big rig, which is fine, you know, and there are times when I want to do that. You know, I hiked through Patagonia and I had a whole bunch of lenses and stuff, but it got heavy, and sometimes it's nice just to grab, you know, a little mirrorless and head out with a tripod, and it's not too big. One of the other things that's really nice about the Fuji system and the flashpoint lights that I have is you can just switch out controllers, right? So I have a Canon controller for flashpoint, and I can use it with my strobes. They have a Fuji controller, which in this case I actually got a Godox, not the flashpoint one, but it works. So the Canon is the R2 Pro C, and the Fuji that I got is the X Pro F, and that's really nice. So that works, and the great thing is I already confirmed that it's going to work with all my lights, so that's nice and easy for portraits. So, you know, for about $60 I can now trigger everything, all the lights I have. I have a main strobe and 3 other smaller ones, and for $60 I can use those lights with that controller, so that's a good thing. Here's a side-by-side size comparison of the Canon 7D with the Tamron 15-30 on it, and the Fuji X-T4 with a 16 millimeter lens. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this Tamron 15-30. It's a great zoom lens. I've taken it and shot landscapes with it all over the world, gotten great shots out of it, but it is kind of big and it is kind of heavy, and there might be times where you just want to take 16 and go out and use it as an alternative. That gives you a sense of the size comparison. It's definitely shorter and will fit more easily in a small backpack. The Fuji X-T4 has a dedicated button for video and for stills, which is great because you can independently set up all the settings that you want and switch back and forth, and you don't have to worry about changing all the settings. If you're shooting a video like I am, you're going to need some ND filters, because if you want to get a shallow depth of field when it's bright out, you need to have some filters to reduce the light coming in. Otherwise, all your highlights will be blown out, or the entire picture and video will be blown out. I like the Nisi filters. We have here a 1 to 5 stop. I also got a 5 to 10 stop, and this is nice because you can rotate it using the lever. You screw it on, and here's a quick tip to save you some money. Get a thread size. These are done by different thread sizes. This one's a 67. Get one that fits your biggest lens, and then get some step down rings so that you can attach it to smaller ones. So in my case, I have one lens that's a 67, I have another one that's a 62, and I use a step down ring so I can use it on both. So this backpack is a whole lot smaller and lighter than the usual load that I take out, and that's pretty nice. I got an extra battery. It's just a regular normal backpack with the X-T4 and a tripod included. Okay, a couple of observations after shooting with a touchscreen. It is a little hard to see your focus points and a little hard to see if everything is in focus when you're shooting with a touchscreen. I tried to do it. I turned up the brightness a little bit. I came back in the car and looked at my focus and it was off. So I adjusted the focus settings and then I went back out. I upped the screen brightness and I was able to get some really nice pictures of some flowers. But just something to keep in mind. On a bright day, you might want to use your eye and the EV instead of using the screen to shoot. I'm back from shooting and doing video with the new Fuji X-T4. My first impressions are that it's a lot of fun to use. It's great to have dedicated video. It's great to have dedicated stills. It's a great tool. It has some really nice knobs that are easy to use. Functionally, it's a lot of fun. It's a tool, and I have to learn how to use it like any other tool. It has a lot of options. It's got a deep menu, a lot of settings to do. It's nice to have the settings on the top, as well as settings that you can use on the touchscreen if you want to do that. So it's really designed to let you work the way that you want to work, which is a really nice feature. And it's super light. I think I'm going to really enjoy it. And but I have more work to do. I have to get to know the menus, and I have to get to use it so that I know it. On my Canon, I can know it and use it and take shots without looking at the menu dials, and I can't do that yet. So if you're a new photographer or you got a new tool, you have to learn to do it. It's almost like the military where they take apart guns and put them back together in the dark. You need to be able to shoot your camera in the dark and know the settings so well that it's no problem for you. So that's next, but first impressions are really good, and in the future I'll do some portraits and I'll show you what that really nice 56 1.2 shallow depth of field looks like. And if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.